NUS Enterprise has come a long way with our dreamers and doers, building it up over the past few years. Taking it back to the early days in 2001, NOC was launched by the then NUS President, Professor Shi Chun-Fong. The NOC program aimed to nurture entrepreneurial talent and give students the opportunity to live, work, and learn at leading entrepreneurial hubs around the globe. In 2002, NOC was launched in Silicon Valley, USA. In 2003, NOC expanded to Philadelphia, then called the NOC Bio Valley in the US. The NUS Enterprise Center in Silicon Valley was also launched, which made it the first overseas business support center established by a Singaporean university. In 2004, NOC was launched in Shanghai, China. In 2005, NOC was also launched in Stockholm, Sweden. Our NOC teams participated at competitions in the early years and won numerous awards. Some notable ones include the Startup at Singapore Business Plan and the Intel Berkeley Technology Entrepreneurship Challenge. In 2008, with the rise of entrepreneurship in Singapore, the innovative Local Enterprise Achiever Development Program, also known as iLead, was launched to offer NUS students the opportunity to intern at local startup companies and be exposed to the entrepreneurial challenges in Singapore and beyond. They went for their first overseas study mission, OSM trip, to Silicon Valley that year.
In 2009, Prof. Shi Chun-Fong raised $65,000 in gifts and pledges for the NOC Odyssey Fund from 139 donors. 127 of them were NOC alumni. In the same year, NOC was launched in Beijing, the first site in China. We also saw our first NOC alumni D&D held at the Legends at Fort Canning Park. In 2010, the iLead program was subsumed under the NOC office. McAfee, which was then the world's largest dedicated security technology company, announced it had reached an agreement to acquire 10Q, founded by 2 NOC alumni and their 2 NUS peers. In the same year, NUS also appointed an international advisory panel to review the NOC program. In 2011, NOC alumni startups 2359 Media and Stream Media received significant investments from Singtel Innovate and NUS. Also, Media Monitors Group, an APAC leading media intelligence firm, acquired a majority stake in NOC alumni startup Brentology. In the same year, NOC was expanded to Israel. pioneer batch of students shifted into N-House, the NOC-themed residence at Block 15, Prince George's Park Residences, a place where entrepreneurial minds meet and live next to one another. Block 71, an old industrial building, was then repurposed by NUS Enterprise, Singtel Innovate, and the Media Development Authority of Singapore, and transformed into an entrepreneurial enclave for startups, incubators, and venture capitalists. Plug-in at Block 71, now known as Block 71 Singapore, was established at the heart of this community to nurture startups in Singapore, and NOC students had the opportunity to intern at incubating companies. In 2014, Zopim was acquired by US-based Zendesk. 4 of the 5 founders attended the NOC program. Also, NOC was launched in New York City. Concurrently, NOC also concluded the final runs in Philadelphia and India. And in 2015, the iLead program was renamed to NOC Singapore. From 2016 to 2017, NOC was set up in Munich and Lausanne, cities which had a strong deep tech culture. The program targeted postgraduate students with deeper technical knowledge and provided them with opportunities to intern at deep tech startups based on true technological innovation or scientific discovery.
In 2018, NOC was expanded to Southeast Asia and also to Toronto, Canada. In the same year, the launch of the NUS Graduate Research Innovation Program, also known as GRIP, provided additional opportunities for NUS students to work in teams and transform their knowledge and ideas into investable and scalable deep tech startups. In 2019, NOC was launched in Shenzhen, China. NOC Nagoya, a 6-month program tailored to NUS PhD students, was also established. The program aimed to introduce students to Japanese corporate innovation and expose them to the deep tech startup ecosystem in the region. In 2020, 242 NOC students were called in batches between January to March 2020 amidst the COVID-19 pandemic as international travel took a back seat.
In 2021, we resumed our overseas programs and sent the first batch of students in October. NUS budding entrepreneurs were among the first students to head overseas for internships. In the same year, NOC and Block 71 affiliated startups, Carousel and PatSnap, achieved unicorn status. This year, NOC continues to expand to new locations in Europe, North America, and Southeast Asia. In addition, the NOC program expands to the PhD level in China. From Singapore to the world, we continue to lead the way in innovation and entrepreneurship. When you dream and dare, a bright future belongs to you.